Hello, hello. I'm following around the footsteps of the 1797 events of July 1797, and that was Nelson's attack on the island here on Santa Cruz. And I'm a little north of Santa Cruz now. I'm in San Andres, and here is one of the old little fortresses, and this one is badly damaged. It's collapsed now. I've seen some archive photos, and in the photos it was still in a better shape some 100 years ago when the first photographs were made, but it's fallen apart now, and you can't go in. It's behind this wooden fence, but we can walk around a little. And this had 4 guns back in 1797, and it contributed towards the defense of the island when Nelson's fleet was passing by. Nelson was trying to attack from the rear from these mountains, but he gave up because the mountains were too tough, and he got some militia resistance there as well. So several of the ravines proved rather difficult. So he then decided to take the fleet along shore and then land in longboats. But that went wrong as well, in the sense that he got injured at his arm, and the crews of the longboats that entered the city of Santa Cruz, they were a bit leaderless, and they split up in basically 2 main groups, and they had some small successes. They were occupying some important buildings, but both groups eventually got stuck, and they were waiting for reinforcements, but the reinforcements never turned up, and so they had to capitulate. And this was the end of Nelson's invasion of Santa Cruz. He lost several hundred men actually, while the Spanish lost below 100 men, and he had a larger army and he had more guns, but he didn't manage to capture the city. This was the 3rd English attack on the city, and this was also the last. And Nelson signed a document, a capitulation document, where he said he will not attempt to take any of the Canary Islands ever again. So this was the conclusion from that. And General Gutierrez, the Spanish person in charge, he felt that Nelson was fighting very honorably, at least by the standards of the time, and he sent him a very nice letter and sent him some local wine and things like that. And Nelson returned the favor with some of his kind of nice supplies from the ship. So in the aftermath of the battle, there was a nice exchange between these 2 military leaders, very gentlemanly at the time. But I don't know, I felt it was a bit weird, because after Nelson having suffered the loss of several hundred men, to exchange some kind of niceties, I don't know, it leaves a strange taste to me personally. But anyway, so this is what it is, and let's just zoom in a little bit here. So you see this is stuck together with a form of cement and larger blocks, and this however collapsed as a segment of wall now. So this must have happened in the last 100 years really. So, and if we look at, let's see whether I can go in a little bit. If we try to come in here. So here you see how the wall was made inside, and it was filled up with less large blocks and rocks, and on the outside had these beautifully the stronger beautiful ones, and on the inside as well, but the interior was filled up with less beautiful material, and there was an area inside where I guess the crew could shelter, and when there was a need they would go on top of this tower and then use the cannons to cover part of the harbour. So I'll come out here again and I'll walk around a little bit. So here, let me just take some distance. So here, this is how it looks from this side. I am not entirely sure, but somebody told me that this particular tower goes back to Torriani, who was here in 1580s, and he was an Italian military engineer, and he built rather simple but very effective fortresses. In any case, this is how it looks now, and there is a rather not so well preserved little display board here. Suffered badly in the sun, but here you see there's the remnants of an old photograph, and although the wall is partly collapsed, it's not as badly collapsed as it is today. So provided the photograph was taken in the last 120 years, then this means that some of the decay is actually rather recent. So I'll close here with this little fortress here, this little tower that was actually helping to fight off Nelson's attack on the island of Tenerife in 1797. Thank you very much, all the very best, and good luck.